Blind Tech.
What up, everybody? Welcome inside Blind Tech. This is episode 4. Voiceover, rotor, wheel is what we're going to be working on today. And the voiceover, rotor, wheel is basically a text-based wheel that allows you to access commands that allow you to read in depth with text. So for example, you're on Safari and you're reading a newspaper and you want to go character by character on a word or a date that you want to remember. You go to your rotor wheel, which we'll learn how to do. Go to characters and you swipe down or up to go letter by letter. You can use your rotor wheel to go word by word, line by line. You can use your rotor wheel to access links on the page. You can use your rotor wheel to access headings on the page. And that's basically what it's used for, man, is to get in depth with your reading, as we'll see in a moment when we actually demonstrate how to use the rotor wheel. And simply what you want to do is make believe or imagine that you're trying to turn a knob on your phone and you want to turn it clockwise or counterclockwise to access the wheel. And basically what this does is that it highlights and activates what command that you want to launch to read the text. So for example, if you rotate your rotor to the right and it lands on words, it'll activate words. And on the current page that you're on, you'll be able to swipe up and down and go word by word. If you rotate your wheel counterclockwise and it lands on speech rate, you swipe up and down to increase or decrease your speech rate, which we'll demonstrate as well. So, like always, man, like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into it. And most important thing is, how we always do on this portion of the show, is turn on your voiceover, man.
Voiceover on. FaceTime. Double tap to open.
So with voiceover on, you want to go to your settings.
Settings. 1.
And
Settings.
as always, you want to bypass all this that you see on the screen, or for those of you who are not using sight, you want to bypass your airplane mode, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and all that good stuff, and right swipe until you hear accessibility. That's the tab that we're going to be in today, or the setting option that we're going to choose today is going to be accessibility.
Personal. Notificate. Sounds. Do not. Screen. General. Control set. Display. Home screen. Accessibility. Button.
Once you get to accessibility, you want to double tap on that.
Accessibility features help you customize your iPhone for your individual needs.
There you go. That's a prompt that lets you know what the accessibility tab is. And let me know, y'all, if y'all, and I probably will do a video anyway, but if you want a video on the different accessibility options that's available to you on your Apple device, let me know. But I'm probably going to do a video on the accessibility features and what it allows you to do on your phone, and or do a separate voiceover video. So I'll be on the lookout for those two videos. That's accessibility features and the in-depth look of, or inside voiceover, I should say. So anyway, once you get back to once you get into your accessibilities, you want to go or right swipe until you hear rotor.
Voiceover. Zoom. Off.
I'm sorry.
Button.
I'm sorry. You want to double tap on voiceover.
Voiceover. On. Voiceover. On.
You know,
Double tap to toggle setting.
I almost messed us all up. So once you get into right swipe to accessibilities, double tap on accessibilities, then double tap on voiceover. We're now in the voiceover screen. So now you want to right swipe until you hear rotor.
Voiceover. Tap once to double tap to learn more. Voiceover. Speaking rate. Speaking rate. Speech. Braille. But. Voice over recognition. Verbosity. Audio. Button. Commands. Activities. Rotor. Button.
Once you hear rotor, double tap on rotor.
Selected. Characters. Actions available.
And right away, once you get into the rotor actions menu, it's basically a page or a window that opens up, and it gives you all the different actions that you can choose to place inside your rotor. So basically, for those of you who watch the control center video, you want to utilize those gestures or functions that we went over in that video and apply it to your rotor. The only difference is that it's a different gesture on screen to access the rotor. So as you see, we're on characters, and if we right swipe, it should give us a reorder button to reorder characters.
Reorder characters. Button. Draggable. Double tap and hold. Wait for the sound, then drag to rearrange. Actions available.
So like I said, it pretty much sounds familiar. We went over the reorder button in the control center, and if we left swipe back onto characters, we should be able to swipe up and down on characters. It might take us character by character, so let's find out.
Selected. Characters. Move down. Activate. Move down. Activate. Default.
So as you see, it gives us the option to move down or activate. So once again, referring back to the control center video.
Reorder character. Selected. Words.
So
Swipe up or down to select a custom action, then double tap to activate. Move up. Move down. Activate. Move up. Move down. Activate.
and
Default.
If you swipe down on words, it gives us 3 actions now to move up, move down, or activate. And you pretty much want to use these functions to the best of your ability. Whatever you want to do, if you want to reorder these actions on your screen or on your rotor, I should say, you do so. So in case you notice, when we right swipe to words, it gave us a selection prompt or highlighted the word words. So what that means is that the action or the function of words is already inside the rotor. And like I said earlier, you can go character by character.
Reorder. Selected. Characters. Swipe up or down to select a custom action, then double tap to activate.
Which is also highlighted to let us know that characters is inside the rotor. Words is also once again highlighted to let us know that it is currently active inside the rotor. And these will be number 1 and number 2 on your rotor. So again, you can customize this to your liking, which best suits you, whatever you use the most. For me, characters, then words will always be number 2. And you actually can throw things inside the rotor. We won't touch on all of these functions, but I'll touch on ones that I use, and I think that's important to have inside your rotor. But you guys might not want that or have a different way you want to customize your rotor. But if we right swipe on down past words, you can see all different actions that you can choose from. So I'm going to quickly go through the available actions and then go over ones that I have in my rotor right now that I use mostly. So real quick, we're going to swipe through so you guys can hear what's available. Those of you using Sight, you pretty much can see the ones that's available to you. So here you go. Let's take a listen.
Reorder. Selected. Words. Reorder. Selected. Lines. Reorder lines. Selected. Text selection. Reorder text selected. Speaking rate. Reorder speaking rate. Selected. Volume. Reorder volume. Audio ducking. Reorder audio ducking. Punctuation. Reorder punctuation. Sounds. Reorder sounds. Button. Hints. Reorder hints. Button. Selected. Language. Reorder language. Braille table. Reorder Braille table. Activities. Reorder activities. Braille screen input. Reorder Braille screen input. Handwriting. Reorder handwriting. Containers. Reorder containers. Selected. Headings. Reorder headings. Selected. Links. Reorder links. Selected. Form controls. Reorder form controls. Tables. Reorder tables. Lists. Reorder lists. Landmarks. Reorder landmarks. Articles. Reorder articles. Visited links. Reorder visited link. Non-visited links. Reorder non-visit buttons. Reorder buttons. Text fields. Reorder text field. Search fields. Reorder search fields. Images. Reorder images. Static text. Reorder static text. Zoom. Reorder zoom. Same item. Reorder same item. Vertical navigation. Reorder vertical selected. Typing mode. Reorder typing mode. Slide to type. Reorder slide to type. Audio destination. Reorder audio destination. Braille auto advanced speed. Reorder Braille auto. Screen recognition. Reorder screen recognition. Selected. Describe image. Reorder describe images. Selected. Direct touch. Reorder direct touch. Reorder direct touch. Button. Draggable.
So that was all the options that's available to you inside this window that you can customize to place inside your rotor. And as you guys can hear, I have certain ones that are highlighted or will notify you, well, voiceover will notify you with a selected word before it reads the option. So as you can see, like I said, I have things already selected that best suit me, things that I use while reading text or reading web pages and things like that. And in most cases, you can apply this on apps as well. So I think Facebook has the rotor function to allow you to correct your spelling, find misspelled words and spell them correctly. To go word by word, character by character, line by line in reading post. You have to play with it a little bit to master it, but it allows you to do that. So the most important things, in my opinion, that I believe all beginner voiceover users should have in their rotor wheel is character by character, word by word, speaking rate, volume, heading by heading. So all the things that all the commands you would be used to using on your screen reader, like JAWS, you can go line by line by using the correct commands for go line by line, or you can go character by using the arrow and so forth. That's the same function that the rotor allows you to have with at your fingertips, I should say. So once again, man, you want to make sure you got your characters in your rotor wheel, word by word, line by line, all the things that you use to read, and throw your speech rate in there, your volume, or describe images in there as well. So once again, y'all take advantage of all these options. Throw them in and out of your rotor wheel, try them out, see what best works for you. And yeah, so that was pretty much the options that you have available for the rotor. This should be a fairly quick video. So we're going to demonstrate on how to use the rotor. I already have a web page available in my Safari, provided by American Foundation for the Blind. No, they're not sponsoring the video. It's just a web page that I came across on looking for more information on the rotor wheel, information that wasn't known to me. So we're actually going to go to that web page now.
Settings. Dock. Safari. Safari. Address. AFB. Voice over rotor icon. Image represents a dial. Image. Article. Landmark. A screen. The voiceover rotor can best be described as a context-dependent wheel of commands, with only one command in force at any one time. As you spin the wheel, a new command name is spoken and made active.
So there you is. That's a brief description on what the rotor wheel is, provided by the afb.org website. There will be a link available to this web page for those of you who want to get more in depth on the definition of all the actions that are available to you in your rotor. So now let's say we want to go character by character while using the rotor wheel. You want to take your fingers and imagine that you're grabbing a dial or about to turn a dial, and put 2 fingers on the screen.
Characters.
And there you go. There's characters. Once you hit characters, you want to release your fingers from the rotor. And that sound you heard was the rotor being activated. And every time that you turn the wheel, you should hear that noise or that indication that you're turning the wheel. So real quickly, we're going to do it again and cycle through some of the actions I have so you guys can hear what it sounds like when you do it correctly.
Words. Lines. Words. Characters. Words. Lines. Text selection. Speaking rate. Volume. Speaking text lines. Words. Characters. Edit. Describe images. Edit. Characters.
So now we're back to characters, and as you can see, it kind of sort of sounds like you're turning a dial or a wheel. So now we're on characters. Characters is active. And as you heard the text say, only one command can be active at a time. So every time you move to a different command, it activates that command, and it's the only command that you can use by swiping up and down or left or right. So let's say you want to read through the first sentence or the first couple of words of this first paragraph, character by character. You would simply swipe your finger up and down to go letter by letter, like so.
Cap T. H. E. Space. Cap V. O. I. C. E. Capo. V. E. R. Space. Cap R. O. T. O. R. Space.
See, as you can see, you can go character by character and read this whole paragraph character by character if you choose so. Now, if we activate word by word, in my opinion, which is a faster way to read through a paragraph, you can go word by word and we'll be able to read through the first sentence pretty quickly, activating the word command in the rotor wheel. So let's do that.
Words.
So there you go. Words is activated, and now we should be able to read through this first sentence word by word. So let's get back to the beginning.
Can. Best. Can. Rotor. Voiceover.
So we're at the beginning. So now you want to swipe down to read forward word by word, swipe up to read backwards word by word. So swipe down to read forward.
The voiceover rotor can best be described as a context dependent wheel of commands with only one command in force at any one time.
So as you see, we went word by word through the first sentence and a half, maybe the first sentence and a couple words into the next sentence, going word by word. So let's get back to the beginning.
As time 1 any at force in command 1 only with commands of wheel dependent contact A as described B best can rotor voiceover the.
So there you go. We're back at the beginning, swiping. So you want to activate word by word or use word by word by swiping with one finger up and down to go through word by word. So swipe forward to go word by word.
The voiceover rotor.
And swipe up to go backward word by word.
Rotor voiceover the.
So once again, using the up and down swipe in motion, you can go word by word or character by character. there will be other commands that allow you to go left and right based on line by line, heading by heading, link by link, things like that. And if the web page is set up to go line by line with your rotor wheel, you should be able to do so. So let's see if we can go line by line.
Lines. As described earlier, swiping one finger left or right on your iOS screen will advance one element to the left or right. One of these commands is characters, a second one is words. If characters is the active voiceover, as described, the voiceover rotor can best be described as a context-dependent wheel of commands, with only one command in force at any one time. As you spin the wheel, a new command name is spoken and made as described earlier, so one of these commands is characters. The voiceover rotor is always available, waiting invisibly on the screen. Here, 1. List start. The voiceover, one of the, as described, the voiceover rotor can best be described as a context voiceover rotor icon. Image represents a dial. Image, article, landmark, a screenshot of a smartphone screen displaying icons and text. Words.
So, as you can see, we were able to go line by swiping left or right. I know I added some extra text in there, but that's okay. So, once again, if you swipe left or right on a paragraph, you should be able to go line by swiping right to go forward, swiping back to go backward. Now, if you don't continue to swipe, VoiceOver will read the entire paragraph. So once again, we're going to get to the paragraph and go line by line a couple times through the first 3 sentences so you guys can get it again. So
the voiceover rotor can best be described as a context-dependent wheel of commands, with only one command in force at any one time. As described earlier, swiping one finger left or right on your iOS screen will advance one element to the left or right. One of these commands is characters, a second one is words. If the voiceover rotor is always available, waiting invisibly on the screen. One of these as described, the voiceover rotor can best be described as a context-dependent wheel of commands, with only one text selection. Swipe right to expand selection, swipe left to shrink selection.
So, text selection, again, allows you to access misspelled words. We don't have any misspelled words on this screen, so we're going to bypass that, but just in case you had any misspelled words, you can activate text selection and it should pop up with the misspelled words in your paragraph or sentence.
Cap T, unselected.
Oh, I'm sorry. So text selection, I told you guys wrong. So in case you wanted to copy text in a paragraph or reading, then you would swipe left or right to copy the text. So excuse me and forgive me for that mix up. I got ahead of myself. Text selection is just like using the computer with JAWS or whatever screen reader you use, the command you use to copy text. It's the same way as the voiceover rotor wheels text selection. So once again, you want to swipe forward to select the text. You want to swipe back to unselect the text. So let's swipe forward and copy the first 3 words.
Cap T, H, E, space, cap V, O, I, C, E, capo, select V, E, R, space, selected.
So, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't give you a visual notification on the screen. If it does, I can't see it. So, those of you who have better vision than myself and others who are watching the video, comment if it gives you a color notification when you have the text selected. So since we swiped forward to select the text, again you swipe backwards, left, you swipe left to go backwards to unselect the text. There we go. So let's swipe left to unselect the text.
Space, unselected, R, unselected, E, unselected, V, capo, E, C, I, O, cap V, space, E, H, cap T,
There you go. So the first three words that we selected previously is now unselected, and that's what the text selection option in the rotor wheel that I have allows you to do. So once again, I apologize for the mix up earlier, so let's continue.
text selection, speaking rate,
And for all you advanced or pro voiceover users, you already know that speaking rate allows you to increase and decrease the speed of your voiceover. So you want to activate that command by swiping up or down. So I believe if you swipe up, it decreases, swipe down, it increases. So
60%, 55%,
you swipe up to increase, swipe down to decrease.
60%, 65%, 70%, 75%, 80%, 85%, 90%, 95%, 100%, 100%,
And as you can see, the max speaking rate is 100%.
95%, 90%, 85%, 80%, 75%, 70%, 65%, 60%, 55%, 50%, 45%, 40%, 35%, 30%, 25%, 20%, 15%, 10%, 5%, 0%, 0%.
And the lowest increment is 0. So the highest is 0, and going up by 5 to 100 being the highest increment that you can increase your speaking rate by. So I'm going to take mine back to where I had it for the sake of this video. I usually have mine around 80 to about 90. That's good for me. I know some people use their voiceover on 100. If you're starting out on voiceover, you're probably going to be in the 20 to 30% speaking rate, and that's okay. So once again, we'll do an in-depth look at voiceover at some point to go over all the options that's available to you in voiceover. So give me a moment, and I'm going to increase my speaking rate back to, I think I had it at 65% by swiping up.
10, 15, 20, 30, 30, 40, 40, 50, 55, 60%, 65%, 60%.
So I have it at 60 right now. So once again, you swipe up to increase your speaking rate, swipe down to decrease your speaking rate, and that's pretty much what speaking rate does for you inside the rotor wheel.
Volume,
Same thing with the volume. To turn your voiceover up or down, you swipe up.
voice over rotor icon, image 7036.
I'm sorry.
As described earlier, swiping one, language, volume. One of these commands is characters, a second one is words. If characters is the active voice over rotor command, language, volume.
So volume in the rotor wheel doesn't seem to want to work right, but once you have volume in your rotor wheel, it should allow you to increase your voiceover volume. So for some reason mine is acting crazy. It was working earlier. Could be something I'm doing wrong, or it could just be my phone. So we're gonna move on to the next one.
Language,
Language in the rotor wheel is basically where you have all your different languages for voiceover. So if you were using English USA, English United Kingdom, Arab, French, whatever it is that you use, this is where you're going to access your language so that voiceover can speak to you in the proper language that you use. So moving on.
headings, 15 headings,
So as you heard, we're on headings now, and if we use our swipe gestures, we should be able to access the different headings that's on this web page.
popular voice over rotor commands, heading level 2. The voice over rotor, heading level 1.
By swiping up, you go back a heading. By swiping down, you go forward a heading. So there's 15 headings on this page. We'll just go through the first 5. and let you guys hear it. So once again, you swipe down to get to the next heading.
Popular voiceover rotor commands. Heading level 2. Language. Heading level 3. Speed. Heading level 3. Zoom. Heading level 3. Punctuation. Heading level 3. Keyboard. Heading level 3. Hints. Heading level 3. Apple iOS for iPhone and iPad. Considerations for users with visual impairments and blindness. Heading level 2. Link. You can turn hints, keyboard, punctuate, zoom, speed, language, popular voice, the voiceover rotor. Heading level 1.
And we're back at heading level 1. So as you can see, it goes to different headings on the web page, and based on how the web page is designed and or set up, it'll give you headings underneath of headings. So be wary of that. Be mindful where you are on your screen and so you don't get confused. If it's a heading 1, it'll say heading 1. If it's a heading 2, it'll say heading 2, and I believe it'll give you a number of what heading that actually is.
Popular voiceover rotor commands. Heading level 2.
So as you can see, it gives you heading level 2, which means it's a main heading on the web page, and underneath heading level 2, you should hear heading level 3, which means it's a heading underneath another heading. And that's pretty much what headings allows you to do. So once again, you swipe up to go previous to the previous heading, and you swipe down to go to the next heading.
The voiceover rotor. Heading level 1. Popular voiceover rotor commands. Heading level 2. The voiceover rotor. Heading level 1. Links. 38 links.
So links in your rotor allows you to access links on the web page. I believe you can do all of these things inside of different apps. So again, links allows you to access links inside a web page. You can quickly cycle through what link you, all the links you want to go through. Once you find the one you want, you pretty much click on it.
Share on Facebook. Link. Image. Cell phones, tablets, and other mobile technology. Link. And share on Facebook. Link. Share on Twitter. Link. Apple iOS for iPhone and iPad. Considerations for users with visual impairments and blindness. Heading level 2. Link. Complement. Getting help with iOS accessibility. Link. Apple iOS. Share on Twitter. Share on Facebook. Cell phones, tablets, and other mobile technology. Link. And breadcrumb. Navigation.
So as you can see, we cycled through a couple of links on this web page, and if we wanted to click on a link, we would just double tap on a link that you want to open or activate that link, launch that link, whichever words you want to throw in there, and it'll take you into that link to that page, and you'll be able to do your business right then and there. So that's what links allows us to do inside the rotor. Once again, you swipe down to go forward a link, swipe backward to go to the previous link.
Share on Facebook. Link. Image. Cell phones, tablets, and other mobile technology. Link. And breadcrumb. Navigation.
And the one that I stopped on is actually the first link. So once again, you swipe down to go forward.
Share on Facebook. Share on Twitter. Link. Apple iOS for iPhone and iPad. Considerations for users with visual impairments and blindness. Heading level 2. Link. Complimentary. Landmark.
We don't want any of these links, so we can go back to the first one.
Share on Twitter. Share on Facebook. Cell phones, tablets, and other mobile technology. Link. And breadcrumb. Navigation.
There you go. That's what links allows you to do.
Form controls. 15 form controls.
Form controls, I believe allows you to access applications on what to do, I believe, inside an application.
Email. Enter email. Text field.
So,
Sign up for the AFB newsletter. Double tap to edit.
there you go. If you swipe down, it takes you to the first form field.
Sign up. Button. Toolbar. Back. Dimmed. Button. Sign up. Email. Enter email. Donate. Button. Search. Button. Search. Search. Text field. Search. Button. Donate. Button. Email. Enter email. Text field.
So
Sign up for the AFB newsletter. Double tap to edit.
So there you go. It pretty much takes you to all the form fields that's on the web page, and once again, by swiping up takes you to the previous form field, swiping down takes you to the next form field, and you'll be able to complete or conduct business in the manner that you want.
Misspelled words. Swipe left or right to choose a replacement, then double tap to insert.
Here we go. So this is what I was trying to get to earlier that I confused with text selection. So misspelled words allows you to find misspelled words in your paragraph that you're typing, text message that you're typing, post that you're typing, and it allows you, as you heard, you can pretty much correct it right then and there by swiping up and down, excuse me, and then going left or right to insert the word, the correct word that you want. We don't have any misspelled words on this page, so we're going to move on to the next rotor command. But you guys can try it out. Just misspell some words and see what happens, and let me know what happened right here in the comment section on Blind Tech episode 4.
Characters.
And we're back at the beginning, which is characters. And like I said earlier, if you want to go character by character of a word, you can do that. But it's been fun. I hope this video has been informational for you guys. Once again, like, share, subscribe. This has been Blind Tech episode 4. I'm Hilarious D.
Control center. Airplane mode. Switch button. Off. Double tap and hold to show more controls. Double tap to toggle setting. Selected. Screen recording. Open controls. Stop recording. Button.
And like always, this is how I close out every video. Can't say it enough, man. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for watching. I hope I'm helping you guys. Hope I'm motivating you guys to learn your phone and use it to the best of its ability. A link will be in the description to the web page that I was working with, so you guys can read the information for yourself, as well as my email address. I'll even put a link to the AFB webpage so you guys can see what they have to offer. So once again, man, I'm Hilarious D. See you guys in episode 5 till we post again.